Do you spend most of your time making yourself physically attractive? Or do you work on a lifestyle that attracts others to the Christ in you and the gospel you believe? In this video, we will talk about building a respectable attraction and provide 5 steps to get you started. Hey, welcome back. We are working through the 15 qualities of a godly man in order to better glorify God and be a gospel influence to those around us. So far, we've looked at building a blameless reputation, a pure affection, a sensible mind, and a restrained appetite. There are links to those videos in the show notes below for you to get caught up. But in this video, I want to focus on us earning the respect and admiration of others because godly men are respectable. In the original language, this term is full of goodness. It relates to having characteristics that evoke admiration and delight. The verb form of this word means to cause something to have an attractive appearance through decoration. And now, this is where it gets fun. The word is traced back to the Greek word cosmos, which is where we get cosmos in English. The Greeks identified beauty as something that was properly arranged and in order like the cosmos. It was sometimes used to refer to a woman's bodily appearance. We've adapted it in our English language to refer to makeup and facial decoration when we use the word cosmetics, communicating the application of things to make one visually attractive. Now, this is not to say that a godly man should be more concerned with his external appearance than his internal substance. Rather, it is to say that a godly man constantly puts the beauty of Christ on display through his godliness and makes the gospel attractive. In other words, he has a life that earns trust and influences on the basis of moral authority, not a superficial title. He wins the trust of others based on the credibility of his convictions. So I'm calling this quality respectable attraction because a godly man possesses a respectability that attracts others to his word and his lifestyle. The Apostle Paul was a man of respectable attraction. He didn't rely on his title to give him an authority in the church. Rather, he said, "I could have made demands as an apostle of Christ, but I was gentle among you." And it was not because we do not have the right, but to give you and ourselves an example to imitate. He was more concerned with a life of respectable attraction than his title of an apostle. So ask yourself, do you have convictions, and are they made credible by your lifestyle? Is your speech wholesome and truthful, or is it filled with careless words and filthy language? Does your family or closest friends view you as a humble person full of character? Do you work hard and honestly at your job? Do you post on social media what is good and upright? Do you take care of your body? Do your friends enjoy being with you? Do you keep your promises? Do you sacrifice for others? If any of these questions cause you to wonder about your attractiveness, then you need to devote some time to work on building your respectable attraction. Hey, if this video is helpful to you, press the like button to let me know. And if you have some questions or comments, be sure to drop them in the comment section below. It goes a long way in helping me in my videos. Now let's talk about some ways to build a respectable attraction. First, build convictions. Respectability begins with solid convictions that are rooted in God's truth. So you need to devote yourself to discovering the deep truths about God and His character to form firm beliefs for yourself. This will build convictions that ultimately inform your lifestyle. Second, imitate leaders. God has put your church leaders in positions because of their respectable attraction. He intends for you to imitate them because they are imitating Christ. So watch them closely and learn how they live. Sometimes it is helpful to inquire about their habits and convictions. Third, establish accountability. Since respectable attractiveness refers to how others perceive you, it is helpful to find some godly friends who are confidential and truthful in order to ask them to watch you and keep you accountable to the conviction you form. Fourth, Practice openness. Part of being attractive is to be candid about your life. You will never be perfect this side of heaven, so it is important that others see that you have weaknesses too. And more important, that they see that you rightly deal with sin and work on improving. And finally, pray constantly. There is power in prayer because it yields your heart and mind to the will of God, putting Him in the position to work out godliness in your life. So be sure to build a consistent prayer life that accompanies your development as a godly man. God desires that you make Him attractive, so He will help you get there. Hey, listen, if you enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button to continue this journey with me. You can also click the bell to be notified when the next video is released. And as usual, I provided a number of links in the show notes to help you dive deeper into this subject. There's so much to say, and there's plenty of scripture to help us along the way. Hey, if you want to continue learning about the godly man, I suggest you click on the next video to learn about building a responsive sympathy.